Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. We can see that the prices of pretty much all cryptos are moving into the direction of my target areas further down. We've been talking about this since the end of November. And unfortunately, of course, we've got some negative news from the Ukraine, and they probably were a catalyst for the latest sell-off. Nevertheless, as I always say, in a downtrend which is already ongoing, you see these news when they're not already priced in. Apparently the expectations of the investors were slightly different, otherwise you wouldn't have seen now such a sell-off, but you wouldn't see such an effect if we were already in a massive bull market or just in the middle of a wave 3 to the upside or something. You would then also see a dip probably, but of course it would be completely different to what we are seeing now. We've been in this downtrend actually since, or in this correction since April, May, we talked about it, and this is just the last leg in my view of the correction. And it's good to see that it pays off to remain patient. We've been talking about these lower prices, and we're not quite there yet for Bitcoin, but we're getting closer and closer. This is the chart where we are completing, or we have completed this wave A, we have completed this wave B to the upside. All of this was part of a larger correction that started after the back then all-time high in April. And we are now here in this last wave down, in this wave C. Within this wave C, we are probably now already in a wave 5. As I said in the last video, there is a potential that this was not already the this is not already the wave 5, that we are still in this wave 4, and that we could move up once more. The indicators would have supported this, but I guess due to what is happening in the Ukraine, this is now, or this has been the catalyst to to push the market more into the direction of this scenario of an immediate sell-off. So what has happened? We talked about, well, let me go to the 1 hour chart. My target area, by the way, for everybody who's new, my target area has been here in the area between 20 and 29k since since the end of November, I think. And what happened here now, after we hit the peak here at 45.5k, we have obviously moved down in this sort of wave structure. We talked about this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4. This might have already been the wave 4 here of this move down, and maybe we're already seeing now the last leg of the move down. Maybe it could also still be the wave 3. So this is extremely hard to say. I think though that there might be, on this way down, there might be another counter move to the upside at some point, because you're now getting very, very much oversold on many time frames. So we want to take a look at that. But let me just zoom in once more. What we talked about is here a potential breakout of this descending broadening wedge to test the next resistance. Now that happened here at 39.5. We then broke down again. I would have thought we go a little bit higher before they do the sell-off, but yeah, I think we had some rumors already and whatever about what's happening in the Ukraine. So that was the catalyst to push the market further down. Next support was here the 35k level that we talked about in the last video, and where you can see it has already found support is here this 35k level at the support line of this broadening descending wedge, and it's looking like it's currently consolidating. We do not see a strong reaction to this support line. We already broke it briefly, you can see it, try to push higher and have been pushed down again, probably just retesting it at the moment. It is completely different to what you saw here. And here, when we retested support, here we had strong reactions to the upside, or fairly strong. Here you see nothing. So I would rather say we're going to go even lower than this. Next support will be 33k. Yeah. So you're heading further into that direction here. And so far it's going in line with my primary expectations that we're going to go further into the direction of the target area. Still, for me, that wave 4 up here is not necessarily over. So there is still a chance that at some point you get this next move up still, just to bring the indicators up a little bit, because depending on how the price, the low, is going to drop here, it needs the indicators a little bit higher in order to drop. Otherwise, you know, there is only a limited possibility for another sell-off. So I think they will go a little bit higher. And the reason I say we need to get into this area is because this is the area in which we can find the 61.8% fib level. That is a very important fib level that normally Bitcoin is going to find, you know, in a correction like this, and maybe even lower. But I've got the target area between 20 and 29k, and you know, we are, even if we don't reach it, and that's what I want to communicate. I don't have a crystal ball, so there is no guarantee We are going to reach it, but I remember yesterday we talked about another 22% sell-off. Today it's only another 17% for what Bitcoin needs to do. It can theoretically do that in a couple of days, okay? It can do. So then obviously it's all happened like we've talked about since November. Obviously not every small move did happen as it was planned, but I think most actually did. And I sincerely hope that a lot of you, and I see that always in the comments, were helped by this and could remain patient, because a lot of people would have FOMOed in already. So, however, I do already the dollar cost average in at these levels. Yeah, I've said that a few times because I'm not chasing the absolute low. I think the current prices are very attractive, even though I know we could drop significantly more. But the projection for the next wave up, they go all the way to 125, 150K, and therefore for Bitcoin, but especially the altcoins, that will then make many more gains than Bitcoin. That is typically the case. They are more volatile. The current prices are already very attractive, and yeah, it could be we're not going to see the 29K level. Yeah, I'm absolutely open about this because I don't have a crystal ball and the market is volatile. So if we miss it by a couple of grand or a couple of $1,000, it doesn't really matter too much to me. I mean, we've dropped from 53K when this became my primary scenario to now 33 actually down here. You know, where other people got bullish already, we remained here primarily bearish, okay? Short-term bearish, because after this, it will turn around and move to the upside. So yeah, we talked about the next key support level at 33K. Of course, it could be we see a little bit of a counter reaction in this broadening descending wedge, but all the price would do then, in my view, would be turn around and possibly retest here this resistance of the broadening descending wedge, and that would be here probably around 37K, maybe a little bit higher. But the point is that it has come down now quite impulsive, yeah, and we haven't really seen a strong reaction to that, to this support line. So I would rather say it's coming down once more. We can see on the 4-hour chart you already oversold here, so expect maybe a little bit of sideways movement, but on the daily we can still drop a little bit more, especially if you have a catalyst like what's going on at the moment in the Ukraine. The RSI could maybe drop even below 30, you know, so there is still a little bit of scope for further downside. Last time here, that was, when was that? 22nd of January, it dropped all the way down to 21, okay? Here on the daily MACD, we talked about that as well when we got the bearish cross here on the 19th or 18th of February, that you're going to see lower prices, and this is also playing out, has continued to play out. The MACD is a very important indicator. Okay, looking at Cardano, also Cardano moving further in line with my primary expectations. We talked only yesterday about it, that it can at any point drop out of this descending wedge again to the downside, that because it has lost already the 0.618 fib level at 95 cents and the 92 cent support level, after it lost here the $1.02 support level here, that was head and shoulders, by the way, that there is a huge potential that is going to see here the 55 to 30 cent support level. And I mean, I think we're going to see it. Yeah, it has dropped again more. You know, it's now at 77 cents, and there isn't really a lot of support along the way. The next one I would say is this wick here. You can see on the left hand side from the 15th of February 21, where the price is at 60, or the wick is at 69 cents. Yeah, so that could be a bit of support, but other than that, this is no fib level or anything. The next key Fibonacci level, and that is the 0.786 fib level, is at 54, 55 cents, okay? And below that, you've got the 30 cent level. And in here, at some point, I would then expect the turnaround to the upside, like I would expect the turnaround to the upside for Bitcoin in the region of 20 to 29K. Yeah, that's my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano. I, of course, keep you updated in these troubling times. However, we were prepared for this, at least from a price point of view, yeah. If you really like the content and want additional content, please check out the channel membership. You can do so on my website. The link for that is in the description, and then you can get access depending on which membership level you get. If you want to join, you can get access to the Telegram live chat, the Discord server with my buy and sell orders, other stuff, forecasts, and so on. And for gold members now as well, some analysis about stocks and shares. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.